Alright guys, if you can tell, it is actually the next morning when I'm recording this. I've completely changed my t-shirt and I've also finalized the last guest house inside of Bloxburg. Now as you can tell, if I actually press the home, our house value is right under $160,000, and honestly I spent a lot more than I actually initially thought. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this house and do agree with me that this house right here inside of Bloxburg is very similar to the one inside of the last. What's up, boys and girls? Fanatic here, and welcome back to another Roblox video here on the channel. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day today, because in today's video we are inside of Roblox Bloxburg, where we are currently dressed as the last guest if he wore Arthro. And if you are reading the title correctly, we are going to be recreating the last guest house inside of the entire series inside of Bloxburg. So if you guys are excited, hit that like and subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell. Fanatics fam continues to grow every single day, and it's only thanks to all of you dedicated fans. So once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But since tomorrow is actually the official release date to the finale of the entire Last Guest series, The Great War, I thought to myself, why not rewatch the first Last Guest and recreate the house that the last guest as well as Daisy owned and grew up in. Now as you guys can tell, we are in the middle of the first ever Last Guest movie made by Oblivious HD. He once again will be linked down in the description below, but I actually have made a list of different timestamps where we can actually see where the last guest and Daisy as well as their daughter are living inside of Robloxia. Now I've actually skipped to 8:18, and if I actually press play, you guys can see a beautiful house right here where they are raising their family. Everyone is super happy, and this is actually where it gets a little bit sad, because this is where the news comes out that last guests are being killed by bacon soldiers. Now I did actually decide to take a screenshot right here, because in this scene we could actually see the living room as well as part of the kitchen inside of the last guest house. Now I did want to let you guys know that this is a wide one-story house, so the building inside of Bloxburg isn't going to be too complex, because obviously we're just chilling in a simple neighborhood where the last guest is living with his wife Daisy. Now I did move a little bit ahead, because inside of this scene right here we could actually see the entrance to the last guest house as well as a little bit of a family room to the left, the living room where they're actually sitting at right now, where they're watching the news station talking about the entire Bacon Man army taking out the last guest. And if we were to move forward, we could actually see the kitchen inside of this scene right here. Now as you guys can see, the last guest is remembering his family, and this is very sad, because all of them are disappearing because of the bacon soldiers. Now once again guys, as I said, the kitchen is in this area right here, directly straight if you were to head on over into the front room. We also have a door right here which I don't know what leads to. It might lead to the garage, because if we were to actually imagine it in my head, the garage is right next to the front entrance. Now this upcoming scene is probably one of the saddest in the entire Last Guest series, because as you can tell, the last guest as well as Matt are leaving for the army, saying goodbye to his wife Daisy as well as their daughter. But this scene right here is key to what we are building inside of Bloxburg, because we are able to see how long the last guest house actually is. He does have two windows right here, which probably are rooms for his family, as well as the front area. We see his garage as well as the main layout for his house. Now if we do skip just a little bit more, we get a closer look inside of the kitchen at the last guest house. This is actually a very sad scene, because this is where Daisy as well as their daughter find out that the last guest may have been killed. And as you can tell, they have a huge dining area right here. The living room where they watch the news on the TV is right past this wall right here. The family room is right here, and they actually have a huge dining table right next to their kitchen. Their countertops are actually designed with red marble, and the kitchen is honestly not too bad at all. It's very open, and honestly something that I could actually rebuild inside of Bloxburg. Now we have a coffee machine, a blender, a microwave, as well as a fridge, and this right here is the front of the house. So this is actually another great scene that'll help us when we are rebuilding the house inside of Bloxburg. Now once again guys, we get another scene showing off the huge driveway for their two-car garage, and oh my goodness guys, look at how upset Daisy looks. The music is so sad, and honestly I feel so bad for her, but little does she know the last guest is still alive, and this is is the final scene we see for their house, a huge ranch-styled one-story house with 3 windows in the front, a bunch of bushes as well as shrubbery surrounding the front garden, and honestly not that bad of a house for a simple Last Guest. So if you guys want to rewatch those scenes or even rewatch part 1 of the entire Last Guest series, it will be linked down in the description below. But it is finally time to go into build mode, head into Roblox right now, and officially build the Last Guest house. Now here on Bloxburg, we actually have a humongous plot, way too big for the Last Guest house, but we did see in those small clips right there that it is very wide and is only 1 story. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually go into build mode and build the foundation for the Last Guest house. Let's quickly head on over into walls, and as you guys know, the Last Guest house is very, very long, so let's actually do that right here. Make this the front area, and the garage does have a little bit of a lip just so that the cars can get inside. So let's make that right here, and bang, guys. I think this is okay. This is actually looking not too bad at all for the foundation of the Last Guest house. Let's connect this right there, and I think we are okay. I think this may be perfect. Oh my goodness, guys, our very first try, and we've already made the first section for the Last Guest house. I do want to make it a little bit longer because I don't think I'm going to be able to fit enough room in here. So let's sell this last wall and actually extend it just a little bit. There we go, guys. We've extended it right there, extended right there, and there we go, guys. Uh-oh. I think we might have gone 1 too far. Let's actually clean this up and cut back in as soon as we have the main foundation. All right, guys, here we are back inside of Roblox Bloxburg, and as you can tell from the screen right now, we haven't done too bad at all for the foundation of the Last Guest house. As you can see, we've finalized the driveway as well as the walkway to the front entrance of the house. This little area right here is actually going to be the parking garage, where once again there are 2 doors for the cars. This area right here is going to be the huge kitchen as well as the dining area we saw in that mini clip. This area right here is going to be the living room with the TV, where the Last Guest and Daisy watch the news, where they're actually hearing that guests were being killed by bacon soldiers. This is going to be the family room with a few couches and a bookcase. And this area right here that actually kind of looks like an L is kind of the dark horse that we don't know about. This is where I'm going to have the Last Guest room with Daisy, as well as the play place for their daughter. I might even make a cool computer room if we have enough space. Now I am going to be designing the floor just a little bit, so we are going to be cutting back as soon as we are mainly done with the appliances, with the countertops, and all of the little things inside of the Last Guest house.
1 eternity later.
All right, guys, if you can tell, it is actually the next morning when I'm recording this. I've completely changed my t-shirt, and I've also finalized the Last Guest house inside of Bloxburg. Now, as you can tell, if I actually press the home, our house value is right under $160,000, and honestly, I spent a lot more than I actually initially thought. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this house and do agree with me that this house right here inside of Bloxburg is very, very similar to the one inside of the Last Guest. Now, before we do actually continue, I did want to go into build mode just to show you a top view of what the house actually looks like. Inside of the Last Guest part 1, we do find out that the walls are yellow and the top is like some sort of light gray material, and I decided to use some sort of brick. But if I actually take off the roof, here we have the beautiful Last Guest house inside of Bloxburg. Now we have the garage right here with 2 different cars for the Last Guest as well as Daisy. We have the kitchen right here, which has a huge custom island made out of marble, and honestly, guys, making this shape took me super long. We have 2 dining tables. We have the living room right here where the Last Guest as well as Daisy watch the news station, where they figure out that guests were being killed off by bacon soldiers. We have a little bit of a living room area right here with a bookshelf, a bathroom, as well as their daughter's room and their main room. Now let me get out of build mode so we can do a complete tour of this house. Once again, if you guys do agree that this does look like the Last Guest house inside of Bloxburg, let me know down in the comment section below and hit that like button. But here we go, guys. If we actually go through the garage, we can see Daisy's car right here and the Last Guest coupe over here. Let me close the garage and head on through the front door, and if we walk in, welcome home to the guest house. Oh my goodness, guys, this house took me such a long time. I probably took around 2.5 to 3 hours building off of camera to make everything look as similar as I can to the real Last Guest house. And once again, guys, I did rewatch the Last Guest part 1 several times just so I can get different angles and different inspiration to actually create this house. Now, if I actually head on over to the left, we're led into the garage once again. Let me close that really quickly. And if we were to head straight, we are in the dining area as well as the huge kitchen that is spotted inside of the Last Guest house. Now, as you can see, we've made a little bit of burgers right now, and since my character is starving, why not take a bite and, you know, nom 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 nom. Honestly, guys, making this house was super fun. Let me actually have one more to take away this this plate, and there we go, guys. We are eating that burger easy as pie, and oh my goodness, guys, it just went inside of me. We have the refrigerator right here where we can actually cook. We have some glass jars that actually holds like sugar and everything like that. We have the coffee maker that was inside of the last guest scene. We have a few spatulas as well as spoons to actually help us cooking. We have a knife set, a blender, a toilet paper roll, and even a freaking toaster, guys. We are making toasted bread right there. We actually have 2 sinks right now, and this is a little bit weird because I had to close all the blinds because people were actually jumping inside. But as you can see, we have a beautiful view of the Bloxburg city here inside of Robloxia. Let me actually close the blind once again so nobody else can get in. We do have another sink because I did decide that there was a huge amount of counter space, so I just made another sink with more glass jars on the side. We have a few pieces of fruit on the table, and honestly, let's take some grapes right now, guys. Well, we're not going to take some grapes. We're going to take a banana. There we go. Let me nab that really quickly, and delicious, guys. We had 2 burgers and a banana already, guys. I'm feeling way too fat. Let me see what my character's actually at. And oh my goodness, guys, our hygiene's at 63, energy 37, and fun is at 16. It is time to have some fun. So over here, we have another window that is actually closed with a huge like telescope looking thing, so we can actually stare at that thing right there, the big fat moon. Let me close that. And we have a bunch of bookcases and shelves inside of this corner. Let me actually grab a book, and you know what, we're gonna read this really quickly. And are we doing good, guys? Is our fun going up? There we go, guys. It's slowly but surely going up. Let me actually take this book and walk around the rest of the house. We have the area right here, and honestly, guys, this right here took me a little bit of time because I actually made a custom fireplace because there isn't any fireplace inside of Bloxburg that you could actually have a TV over. So if I actually go to build mode and take off my roof, you guys can see I made some weird like sculpture looking thing. It actually houses the fireplace and allows me to have a TV right on top, and I did add a window so you can actually see the fire. Let's get out of build mode right now, and oh my goodness, guys, we got kicked out once again. Let's run over here really quickly and see the rest of the house. Now, as you can see, we have 3 couches, and this right here is where the last guest as well as Daisy sat while they were watching the news station concerning the killing off of all of the guests inside of Roblox because of the bacon soldiers. Over here, we looked up a picture of a bacon-haired dude, and honestly, guys, this is my boy Jez holding some sort of red staff. I don't know, man. We got more bookcases over here, and obviously, this is the last guest. Now, if we actually head on over here, you guys can see we have Jez as well as the last guest, and look how nervous he looks, guys. Oh wait, that's not even Jez. That's the bacon general, guys. That's actually Jez's dad that died because of the grenade. If we head on over here, all of this area right here is actually random because we didn't see any scenes of the last guest inside of his bedroom, or we didn't see any scenes inside of the daughter's bedroom. Now, if we actually head on over here, we do have a huge shower with, oh my goodness, guys, we have a mirror. We actually have 2 mirrors inside of here. We have a tub as well as a shower. Let me quickly take a shower right now because I don't want any green clouds popping up. And as you can see, our stats are slowly going up once again, but our fun is still at 0. We didn't even get to watch TV inside of the living room. Oh my goodness, guys, I am such a noob. Let's get out of here really quickly. And inside of this room, I don't know why it's doing this little thing right here. It might be a little bit of a glitch, but inside of this room is actually the last guest daughter. Now, as you can see, I made it super pink theme with a bunch of random pink lights, and obviously, who run the world? Girls. And this right here is actually really cool because this is a brand new item inside of Bloxburg. It is some sort of bunk bed with like a desk on the bottom. I do need to add a chair here, but let me quickly click sleep, and oh my goodness, guys, look at us. Where the heck are we? We can't even zoom out. Where are we? You know what, guys, because we are using Arthro, it might be glitching just a little bit. I do have a few toys to actually play with, and oh my goodness, guys, look at my character just getting a little bit more fun. Oh my goodness, he's having so much fun. Let's put that back down, and I don't want to do that. I want to customize my character. Let's get out of there and head on over into the master bedroom where Daisy and the last guest sleep. Now, I didn't actually add anything over here because I was honestly confused on what I should add because I already spent so much money, guys. I spent almost $160,000 on this beautiful house. Now, if we are heading on over here, we're actually heading into the master bedroom where the last guest as well as Daisy sleep. Now, as you can tell, there is a bunch of cool things in here, and obviously, guys, it is great to wake up every single morning with a smile on your face. We have 2 different setups for the last guest as well as Daisy so they can actually work. And honestly, guys, since my character is bored right now, let's watch a little bit of U-Block. Oh my goodness. But as you can see, we've decided to use like a very light mint color so that it isn't too bright inside of the room. And we've also decided to add a custom fireplace right on the left side of their bedroom. Now, if we actually head on over here, you guys can see that we have a huge wardrobe where the last guest and Daisy can actually customize their clothing. And inside of here is the master bathroom. Now, it may seem a little bit dark in here, so we might add a little bit more lighting. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the last guest house inside of Bloxburg. Even though it isn't that detailed, I did spend a lot of time time trying to customize every little thing. I didn't add anything in the background because once again, we didn't see the background inside of the Last Guest series. So this is the Last Guest house. It's really long and wide, but it is only one floor. We might even have to customize it to where we give them more floors, more rooms, and more things to actually do. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys did enjoy today's episode of Roblox Bloxburg, where we recreated the Last Guest house inside of the game, hit that like and subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell. You guys have been showing me an insane amount of love and support, so once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But my name is Michael, aka I Fanatic. We'll see all of you in the next episode of Roblox. Hopefully you'll have a fantastic day. Peace.